Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is I, Kio of the Kios. And today I have a highlight reel of Predcast number 59. The Predcasters had Robbie Singh, our very own Omeda Studio CEO, and I watched the entire 2-hour-long video and broke it down into a 20-minute video for your convenience. If you like this kind of video and you want to see more, give me a like, subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. Solidified the crap out of that one.
Kioku or whatever. I know he's over in Japan. Like he's looking for like a Japan server or something a little closer to him. Like what are we looking at for that? Is the same thing, just at the same situation with it being NAEU with PlayStation and stuff like that?
No, I think the team are looking into a server, not strictly just Japan, but more in that region.
He called me out.
That region. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I think someone on our team is looking into that. It's more than just setting up a server, because you want to make sure that players coming in have a good experience as well, and that often means like localizing it. I think we got a lot of feedback from the community about our localization.
He pronounced it wrong, but he said my name.
Where hero names were translated when they shouldn't have been translated, and yeah, exactly. So like our current plan, obviously everyone has to take this with a disclaimer, because people on Reddit hold me to it, and I'm like, you guys missed the disclaimer. But basically, it's 6 items, new game mode, and a new hero in the new patch, in the 18 patch.
That is massive. What?
After that is kind of ranked mode. I'm not sure like which patch after that, but after that will be ranked mode. That'll be the next big thing we have.
Guys, I don't think you realize, but that is in 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, well, the next major patch.
18 is in 3.5 weeks.
Things could change.
Down to the ranked, is it going to be using the same matchmaking system you guys have now, or are you
Good question.
and implement a harsher matchmaking system when it comes towards rank?
Yeah, it has tighter parameters for sure. So it's the same system, but with different parameters.
Follow-up question: are you guys going to loosen casual queue after ranked comes out?
I don't know if they have any plans, but it probably depends on like the queue liquidity. Like, so the way our matchmaker works, I don't know if this is live yet, but the way it's going to be working very soon is like it dynamically changes its own configuration based on how many people are in the pool. So like if there's not that many people in the pool, then it's gonna like quickly expand wider. But if there's a lot of people, it's gonna optimize for quality. So at the moment, we optimize for quality.
Talking about the 6 items change, can you, without going into detail, because I know things might change because the patch isn't out just yet, but can you kind of explain where some of that balance was? Like, I mean, because I mean, to put 6 items in a game, I'm assuming something like the gold drip is going to have to change, you know, or like bounty system's going to have to change a little bit for you to get more gold, because right now you got to play like a 40-minute game to get all 5 items as it is. So to get a 6th item, you got to play even longer, or you have to get gold faster some way or something like that. So that's one option, but can you kind of explain how you balance the game around that a little bit?
Yeah,
that's a good question. That is a good question.
Very high level, because I didn't do it myself, but I know we've increased the gold drip, and so your gold income is faster. I don't know if kills and bounties have changed, but I do know that just overall you'll acquire gold much quicker than you do currently, and that helps a lot, because I think something that I personally find is like sometimes I back and I'm like, I can only get like a 350 sword or something, and it feels kind of but now when you back, and obviously if you die straight away it's not going to impact you, but now usually when you back you can at least get like a tier 2 thing, which feels really good. Like I went back and I got like a meaningful change, and so just those small things like that just help make the game feel better. And also the fact that like I run into it all the time, is like I have 5 slots, and like when I'm building like my 3rd or 4th item, like I'm stuck because I can't fill the extra slot because there is no extra slot. So now I have this extra slot.
Yeah, I mean, that's true what he just said. However, the same thing is going to work for your 6th slot. You're going to have 5 items, 5 full build items, and you're only going to be able to build your 6th item with 1 item at a time. Because I mean, that's mathematically how it works, right? So, I mean, even adding a 6th item, it'll be nicer for the 4th item and 5th item building those, because you have that extra slot to work around with. But that 6th slot is still going to act the same as a 5th.
Rebalance like a whole lot of the items, or like every item, right? Are we getting new items
Yeah.
Like, can you say?
Yeah. There's
Pinzo, come on, man. Listen, he said that already.
That don't exist currently.
Okay.
What are we looking at, or where is the priority level of item art? Because I know this item art we currently have is just a placeholder. What are we looking there for that?
Yeah, it's not coming with 6 items. What we want to do is finalize and make sure that we're happy with where 6 items are, and then we're probably going to end up doing a whole UI pass on a lot of things in the game. And so once we define that, we'll probably update the item art.
Bro, I need a new UI.
Changed, and that's what caused the buff to change. Hear me out. What if?
Hey, we are doing map changes this year, so.
Or what if it was
Hold on. This year?
Yeah, this year there will be map changes for sure. Now, whether they're the map changes you guys want, I don't know. But
I'll see you in November with the map changes.
But you weren't on the show, so I'm gonna say it again. I understand the bundles, but the things that are in the bundles should also be able to be bought at a certain price individually as well. Because I don't necessarily want the banner, but I want the Argus drinking beer beard spray. Like, that spray fits me perfectly, and I'm like, I want that, but I don't want the whole bundle. So like, I want just the spray. So I think the stuff like that, like, you put it in a bundle and make it a little bit cheaper. So because people are gonna want to buy the bundle because that's cheaper. But some people are like, hey, I'll just spend a little bit extra to get just this and instead of getting everything.
Yeah, I think we are planning to introduce like a spray store, or like I don't know if it's spray specific, but like other stuff kind of store. So it's just like us finding time to build it. At the moment, putting stuff in the bundle was just the easiest way to ship it. But yeah, it's something we definitely want to do.
I think a little way to something on the UI to kind of explain that bounty system, to understand like, hey, if we just focus this person, get this bounty on our team, we could possibly turn this around and make this in a better spot. Just something so the new players can understand that's there. I think it's something that's definitely needed in the game when the UI is updated. Is that something that you guys have in the plans, or?
Yeah, that's definitely in the plans. We had like half a solution to that where we had, and it actually was.
So Grim is added Chaos. He was the latest hero. They haven't leaked or announced the next one. We think it's going to be Aurora.
It would tell you, oh, you killed RGS Ace for 700 gold, and like you shut him down. Like it'll tell you
like
in
a little
the chat.
Description.
Yeah, exactly. It'll tell you in the chat like who you killed. I believe it also, so it tells you like,
Brandon, there already is a bounty system. The bounty system is already in game. It's been in game since I think before Revenant. However, there wasn't anything on screen to influence you basically take that bounty. So when Grim was announced, they added in on his ability trailer, they added in a chat box that showed a new chat box, and in that chat box is what he's talking about right now, saying that when you kill, let's say Grim, that you killed Grim for 450 gold. It'll tell you how much you killed Grim for.
There's a big sound update coming as well.
Are you the new announcer?
No.
Bro, I was about to say, my boy Tiger's gone. No.
Please tell me it's not Stags either, because like we don't want to lose any more CMs. Anytime a CM puts their voice in the game, we lose them. So like we got
it's gonna be massive, dude.
It's we had a voice actor, but the long-term vision for it is to build have announcer packs and stuff. So you guys can pick the ones that you want, but just for now it'll be a single announcer.
Is there any plan for HUD editor?
Ooh, good question. Great question.
Just talking about Smite, like you can actually like ping the map and stuff like that, right? And it makes different noises how you ping. I was just like, that just brought HUD editor to my mind.
There's no plans for a HUD editor at the moment. I think what's likely to happen is we'll just give you options to customize it like on presets, but I don't think the option to like customize it completely will happen until we redesign the HUD.
I need that center screen.
I actually want someone, like, I think I'm gonna get someone to try and do it for like 19, but I did make it bigger, but then I showed it to some people and they were like, you can't ship that. I was like, I only made it like 10% bigger. So then I had to go back and revert it, and so now we'll just ship an option where you can just slide it and make it bigger yourself.
That would be best.
I need a slider for size and opacity, like that is it, right?
Oh, opacity is probably super easy. We can do that one pretty quickly.
I need center screen.
Yo, I need him to start writing stuff down.
He knows how easy it is, but I could see a case for that being in customs, but not in like the public games.
Well, speaking of customs, I was gonna say, yeah, bro. I think all of us were there. Like
even I said customs.
Like, you know, all the competitiveness going on, the competitive scene, like, you know, expanding on the whole custom lobbies themselves, you know, being able to add a spectator in there, you know, kind of enhance the experience, maybe even just like a 3v3 custom, just because we want to try some stuff out. What's going on with that?
I don't exactly know, but I know this week people were talking about like potentially having control over like dawn dusk side. I think that's like the most important thing for competitive. So
welcome back, Brandon.
The way to do that is just like whichever team queues first will be dawn and whichever one queues second is dusk, right? Like super quick to do. And then I think we already have like functionality, obviously play the game 1v1 or whatever size we want. So it would just be a matter of seeing how we could expose that to kind of to you guys basically. So I think those are very realistic things that we could add in. I don't think they'd be in for 18 given we try to lock patches pretty far in advance, but we can try and get something in for 19.
I think that would be huge in the sense of like just a 1v1, because right now for you to go into the practice mode and you go to try to beat up a steel that has 50,000 HP, when you're using HP percent items, it just seems like, man, this item chunks, and then you take that item into the game, it's like, well, this item's not chunking like it showed me in practice mode, and people don't understand that you're going against a steel that's got 50,000 HP, so it's gonna chunk harder against that, right? Yep. So I think having the ability to do like a 1v1 custom, like me and Windu can go in there, all right, well, let's test a build out, right?
I 100% can get behind that
for it, and I'm gonna see like how, you know, because again, when you're playing against somebody, they're gonna counter your build. So like, all right, well, how's my build do against a counter build, and then we'll see how it goes from there. It's like, all right, let's play just 1v1, see what we do, and where it goes from there. I think that would be a good way to test stuff like that.
So we know we touched on ranked a little bit. Is it still the plan to have like bands in there and like kind of what that's gonna look like?
Yeah, there are bands in the ranked mode, in the one that'll ship.
Do you know if it's just like 1-on-1 or just like you guys still haven't decided yet?
I think they've decided, but I don't remember. But I think they're planning to share details soon.
Okay.
Ooh, details. So bans are coming in.
When are we gonna fix the lane minions running away from me?
Oh God, please.
They've been irking me recently.
All right, I asked that question, right?
Yeah, that sounds like
more words.
Oh man, not a skill issue.
Sounds like a skill issue.
It isn't a skill issue, you know.
I'm right in front of them. Please.
Yeah, but why is
that one's
affected more than everyone else? That's the real issue.
I think I'm the loudest. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Squeaky wheel, but definitely happens a lot for sure.
Yeah, I think it's something that the person who works on that AI is looking into. I don't know if they're looking into it immediately because they're working on something for the new game mode, but I think that's kind of the next priority, along with adding difficulty to AI modes.
That's great. Yes, nice. That's here. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but some people weren't here for it, and they might not be able to go back to watch the YouTube version. Cross progression between PC, Xbox, all that stuff. What are we thoughts on that again? Like time-wise?
I'm not sure on the timeline, but basically we're working on it right now and trying to get it done as soon as possible.
I can, bro. All right, I'm gonna ask this last one, and then we'll start doing the outros.
No.
What?
Sorry, because we're almost. I was trying to say it, but whole conversation was flowing. We're at the 2-hour mark. I know that, but Robbie, I do want to ask you, since this is kind of an outro, but not really. We talked about before Predecessor. We talked about all the way up to open beta. We talked about current game. Where are you seeing this game? You know, we've been growing. Again, Windu's got 2 kids since the start of this project, right? Yeah, we've been growing and something that. Where do you see, like, where is your vision at? Like, can you kind of show us like what you're thinking of, like, not necessarily 5 years from now, but what are you like looking forward to at Predecessor? Because we asked you. I remember there was that one when PTO announced that they were shutting down. You were in chat and we asked you directly, hey, what about Predecessor? Because people were freaking out, like, hey, Predecessor is going to close down too, right? And here we are. We got 1 million accounts created, stuff like that, like stuff like positive positive things are happening. Where do you see Omeda Studios, in the future here, and Predecessor and the growth of it? Like, what are you as the CEO, you're pushing for the future. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm really excited for a bunch of things. I think this year is going to be super awesome for everyone that plays Predecessor. There's the new game mode, there's new heroes, there's some really cool new heroes towards the end of this year that are coming out. There's ranked modes, and I think we're just trying to tick off a lot of these boxes where they're kind of like table stakes, right? If you want to be taken as a serious game, just a MOBA, you kind of need to have some of these things, right? If you're competing in a competitive genre, kind of need to have ranked mode, right? And so we're just looking forward to ticking off some of these things. We also have a bunch of cool stuff, like with the Undertow event, or the skin line, sorry, that we'll have like a bunch of other stuff that's coming out with that. And so I'm really excited to see what that does to the game, how people react to it. And I think this year is going to be extremely exciting. We're ramping up the team more. The game's growing, the company's growing. So I think it's really exciting if you're a Predecessor player. And yeah, I kind of like, whenever a patch comes out, I'm just like, oh, I can't wait till they see the next patch and the next patch and the next patch. But I'm really excited for the patch. I guess not this one coming on Tuesday, but the one in 3 weeks from then, 18. I'm really excited for you guys to see that patch, hear all your feedback, and then just keep delivering kind of patch after patch, and just kind of try not to get too caught up in like a year from now, and just making sure that we're executing like day by day, because all of that kind of adds up, right? We started with a pretty rough product, but we learned day by day, we improved and improved and improved. And so we kind of just keep that same mentality of like, hey, let's just take one step forward at a time, and kind of, you look back and you've taken like 20 steps. And so that's kind of how we think about it. But yeah, super excited. I think it's extremely positive. I know a lot of people are worried, or what happened with the other games, but we're in a very different position where the game is growing, it's doing extremely well, way beyond our wildest expectations. So we can all kind of be really, really happy about that. And yeah, look forward to all the cool stuff that's going to be coming in the next few patches. Awesome. Yeah, well, firstly, thank you guys for having me on the Predcast. It's always a pleasure. Always enjoy talking about, I mean, I could talk about Predecessor 24/7, so really appreciate it. Yeah, so thank you.
They're doing their outro now. I'm about to switch over to Pred.
It's been like, definitely a dream come true for a lot of us at the studio. So yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, if you want to follow me personally, my Twitter is RGSAce, and as Bid had said, and when you mentioned, if you have art or anything you want to tweet, just tweet it out to me. I'm always happy to kind of retweet, share it with the wider community, and I do share a lot of it internally as well, so that the team can see it, for those that aren't on Twitter. So yeah, really appreciate you guys and everyone in the community for all the support. And we always listen to the feedback. We know people have good opinions, negative opinions, whatever it may be, but we always listen to all the feedback, good and bad, and we try to improve the product in the best way we can.